Not. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was not the plan, but I'll take it because it is true and okay. Hi. Hello. Good evening. All right. I hope you're all doing well. I guess that just starts playing now whenever I go to this screen. Okay, good to know. Learn a new thing. You just take it as a free reminder. Yeah, yeah, because apparently it was needed. So that's fun. How y'all doing today? Good evening. It is Sunday. It is Sunday and it is spooky time. Because I was not. Yeah, I still want to look into fixing that. I should. I'm gonna have a try. I didn't know it would do that because, you know, it didn't have any more problems yesterday, but whatever. We're doing Paranormasight because I really wasn't feeling Sophie as a whole. Oh, you know, we're gonna catch up on Sophie, blah blah blah. Sophie is just gonna have to take a seat back for this week. It's fine. A seat back, a back seat. Oh, whatever. But we're back. This creepy horror. Well, last time we managed to actually make it through the first night. We found out a little more about all of our characters. We also have a slight suspicion on a slight suspicion on where the how many people do you have to kill to count as a mass murderer? Yes, more than 2 or something. Who are probably gotten out of jail on parole guy is now, not gonna lie. And it's not looking good. It's certainly not looking good. I have a feeling many more people will die. Which we can hopefully prevent to an extent, but there's definitely gonna be some more deaths we just cannot prevent, so fun. Are we setting people on fire today? That's a good question. Assuming we get through these, we can probably continue here, so... Serial killers 3 plus people. Oh, okay. Well, he went to jail for one girl. But we're all assuming, or like the entire in-game wise, we're thinking he probably killed more than just that one girl because he was so meticulous about how he went about it. So that wasn't his first kill. I forgot one thing though. Rodent infestation. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're not actually having any problems with the infestation of the rodent kind, because that's not fun. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Also, I forgot to get a drink, which is perfect. Yeah, there we go. Hi. How you doing? Okay, I have a drink now. I have my controller. I have my headphones. And I have some hand lotion that promises a very nice smell, but it's not that nice. The longer I am smelling it, the better it gets, but still, it's not it's not what I expected. So here we go. Gonna jump back in with Tetsuo. After he got threatened by the presumed mass murderer. That he apparently plans on killing quite a few more people. Yippee! We don't actually want him to do that. Because that would not be good. We also know that the mass murderer dude has the... Oh god, what was his name? The power of the reed thingy. So he can cut off people's legs and arms on one side, which is not good. And what we don't know is how. We don't know what kind of stuff he needs to be able to use the power of that curse stone, which is unfortunate, because with the fire we know, okay, they need to have something on them that could carry fire, whatever, but we'll see. We'll see about it. It is now daytime, so there should not be any supernatural killing. There's obviously, there could still be normal killing, but no supernatural killing during the day. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Oh, alright, do I just immediately... What me? Oh! Hehe! Mockingbird enthusiast. I'm gonna find all of these. They do look funny. I think they look very funny. Alright, what have you found? Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. Floor's yours. Oh, alright, let's go. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here. Yeah? He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. We like to differentiate between supernatural slaying and mundane murder in this case. I mean, it is a difference. Like, the people with the curse stones here, most of them would probably not just kill someone during the daytime. Most of them. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss, isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Yeah! The Whispering Canal! Oh my god, 1 second. My blanket is fucking me over. Hey. There we go. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Job thinking, idiot. You're starting to get the hang of this. So, let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tabako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well... yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. That sounds like a giant foot. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot washing mansion. Which we've managed to both get killed by and also absolutely fuck over just by turning something off in the options, which is very funny. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then this is Namigaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul drags, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. As for the 3rd victim... it's gonna be her at school, right? No! He was identified as Kohei Junichi, 32, a teacher at Kumagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Wait, huh? Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Oh, so Mio is still alive. Ah. Since he was found in the middle of courtyard. Square Enix, I'm coming for your fucking souls. He couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. Teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Kumagata House is one of the 7 mysteries. Fool's Procession. Right, it's what a fool's possession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. It's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. So you've got a point, all these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. The problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. The Fool's Possession was the 30-second hide and seek. Yeah. Hold on. Fool's Possession. Fool's Possession. Wait, where is that? This one. Because no matter how, like the initial thing was, oh, no matter how close you get to the music, you can't get to it. It's the 1 hour goal got. The mask. You have to hear it for 30 seconds without seeing the curse bearer. Yeah. You are correct. What is it? Why? How my parents always... Why do they always want something every time I start stream? Like, I'm here the entire day. Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus on one thing. Hey, do you have time right now? No, mother, I have not. I do not have time right now. Please. Mother, I have to catch some ghosts. Any besides the murders that we don't know the nature of yet? There's some we haven't found yet, funnily enough. Okay, so the canal is the drowning thingy. This one is the 30 seconds hide and seek. Beckoning light, because we haven't actually met whoever has this one. Like, yes, we have met them one time as a Shogo, but that doesn't count because that's not right now. We got killed by it. The Haunting Clappers is the fire one. The Evergreen Beach is the one that cuts... No, wait. Sorry, the Evergreen Beach is the one we have with the lie. With the lies. The Taiko one we have never met. The foot washing we know. The one-sided read. Well, we know that this one exists. We know that our mass murderer has this one, but we don't know how it activates yet. Which is not good. And the ever-burning... Oh no, never mind. The ever-burning lantern is the one in the darkness. It's this one then. We haven't met this one then. I don't remember him meeting the beckoning light thing. Huh. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Okay. If I kind of get a job, I give me a chance to rest up. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to talk to you. What else do we have? Well, looking at the stuff, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night, but we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there's one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime. Exactly. It's also likely why Nijima gave us till dusk. He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss, let's do this. I like how he's always so... Aye aye. He's so motivated. He's like, yeah! Let's find those people. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of the curse stones. And then there's Nijima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Oh, I got an update. Thank you. What? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's very good. Look at that. We didn't even have to... we wouldn't even have had to go through it. Yeah, I got another one of the mockingbirds. Thank you. Yeah, the Whispering Canal. We do not know who has this one right now. It could be Hmm. It could be that oh, what was his name? The one we initially met as Shogo, the guy who also works at his workplace, but in a way higher position. That this time around he has it, because he was in the area when Shogo initially got it, right? But overall, that's pretty good. We're only missing 3 of them. Better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nijima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. Got a feeling there's some connection there. Hey boss, sounds like we got our work cut out for us. You do! Okay. Asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michiyo Shiraishi. Ah yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found at his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the roads. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yeah, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. Oh, so there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. You know what fucks me over? I keep thinking that her death happened at school. But no, she was found on the street. I keep forgetting that. I do not know why. Pull the lever, Noah! The wrong lever! Aye. What a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. It's turning into quite a grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver's the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Well, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michiyo Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully it'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. I am not doing a very good job of multitasking today. Thank you for the pigtails. Your yearly 2-week obsession with Left 4 Dead. I have not touched Left 4 Dead in such a long time. Many years now. They look very good and thank you. I'm very proud of them. Well, very proud of the idea. The execution is all on Haru. Really cute. I like them. Please press the button. What button? What button? I have a button. Oh, that button. Right. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Hold on, I'll show you. It's really cool. Thank you for making it. Thank you for making it. It's gonna get some great use. I'll tell you that much. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died, one Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. It's perfect, yeah! Thank you. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. Ooh. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can we have community safety track her down first? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Ah, because the teacher died? That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. You're feeling non-confrontational? Yeah. You were tapped out. No. No, because full credit for the video itself goes to Xariot. I did not make the video myself, so I'm just making some good use of it. Alright, what else? Got some information about Yoshimi's fiance from community safety. Her name is Mayu Tozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died, not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response, that's silence. There it is. Can things just be easy for once? Oh. Ooh! Mayu is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. Alright. It's definitely starting to look suspect. Crime of passion, perhaps. It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know, things could be different behind closed doors. Guess so. But we have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi's after his fiancé as well, she could be in danger. You're right, either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. It's great. She's probably gotta be important. Actually, she got a person of interest thingy, so she's gotta be... we're gonna actually hopefully meet her, maybe. HQ's mobilized a search unit for Nijima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked him at the factory he was working at. He told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second, you're telling me nobody caught that? The guy's on parole! The guy's a mass murderer and he's on parole and they don't know where he is? Well, I had the same thoughts. I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Nijima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. What kind of parole officer? Hello? I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. He's probably overworked. So Nijima got to fuck about unsupervised? God damn it. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse, or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Like when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That would explain why he so brazenly made contact. An asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. It's gonna take way too long, we only have until dusk. Fuck! Ooh, that's not good. Speaking of Nijima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, right? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was really reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can find her, how the hell did Nijima do it? Former, eh? That got steep. Hey, sorry, it just kind of slipped out. I mean, he's still her father. Anyway, I suspect it has nothing to do with this curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided reap. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. Yeah. As for Nijima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation with the funky music? Yeah! We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michiyo Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. Okay, let's go to the school first. Alright. Fancy sushi. God, I love the music. It's so good. Yeah! Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. They could... I'm sorry, if school got suspended, I would just go back home. Or like, I don't know, have fun in the city or something. Like, you have a free day, use it. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the fool's possession and of course where the teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Wait, but the fool's possession... So the teacher really was killed because she activated the curse when she found him talking to her, to the other girl, and he never saw her again? I thought she stopped trying to kill him with the curse because Mio told her to not keep doing it. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Does it now? News of the dead teachers also attract their fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. Yeah, sure. School gates? School gate will stay locked while forensics inspect the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. Oh, I'm not allowed in yet? Yoshimi also looked out for these students as a Sumida city officer. Juvenile delinquency has been a growing problem for years now. The school is no exception. The midpoint of the Showa era saw a marked increase in delinquency among young people. A wave of violent incidents targeting teachers as well as students and often involving weapons consumed the nation's middle and high schools. Bozozuku motorcycle gangs also enjoyed their heyday around this time. Japanese arrest rates reached a historical peak during this period, and pompadour junkies and female tsukuban delinquents became a common sight on the streets. This youth rebellion is often framed as a reaction to universal education policy or the pressure of highly competitive entrance exams, but its causes are likely manifold, extending far beyond the deficiencies of the education system. Okay, do you have anything else? Thank you for the follow-up, come in! Right, speaking of schools, what is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can help us right now, so why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. Poor guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Underage labor! Yay! Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. Well, she's not getting paid for the work she does, so she is getting exploited. When did you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. I don't know. We can check the other place first and see if we run into anyone. Seems like Michijo's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go along. Yeah? Aha. Alright, I'll go check the house. Alright, and I'll wait. Quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going, but it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Makes sense. Oh wait, that's the same thing. What else can I check out? Surroundings, surroundings, and all surroundings. Anything that's not surroundings? Okay. So the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michijo didn't actually kill herself. Might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. Videos of checking the Shiraishi household. I just wait till he gets back. Like, wait. Like, actually wait? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into the mailbox. Okay. So spending time, we can't continue here. We need to we need to go somewhere else. Okay. That's valid. Fire lady time then. Apparently. See, my mansion. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night, then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. Oh, alright. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with a curse bearer and have them used to right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation? Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course. Why? Any amount would be fine if it would get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. No? Okay. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul drags. Yeah, if Shogo doesn't go fucking off, they're not doing that much. Like, Shogo alone killed more than 3 people on our run. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul drags yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal. Sounds good? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that would be a different text. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if this situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all have intended. Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer they themselves would become a target. So it would actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right, but despite that they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean the intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it's best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. What our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. By the way, this game has it has several different endings. And we have to, well, for one, we're playing the game to 100%, so we're gonna get all of them anyway, but also, you need all of them to get to the true ending, apparently. What else? If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even has a rite of resurrection? What is his face? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. It's interesting. Like, she has a very violent way of killing people. And he's like, we're not gonna use it. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them. But I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. He's JoJo posing. Hey! We just got started like 40 minutes ago? Not much. It's now daytime. It's now daytime. We're currently... our detective went to the school. The teacher is dead. Someone so far unrelated who was not a soul curse bearer is dead. And Shogo, our original protagonist, is dead, but we know that. And now we're on Fire Lady. On Fire Mother, and talking about what our plan is going to be, because you cannot use curses during the day. You didn't miss much, no worries. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl who we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midorichu Park. You even determined her address? You're not known to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parents. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. Oh! Yeah, she's definitely hiding more than she lets on. Also, her goal of who she wants to resurrect is crazy, so like, And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. That's true. Who else? Next is a tall man who was dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? What did you get? He works as a secretary to Hiyaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hiyaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing a chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With increase in sales, I assume she wants her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with old equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. Oh my god, my nose. I wonder what a man working for such a okay, there it goes. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the ride will be beneficial for the product research into beauty and skin. Ha! That's an interesting thought. Yeah? I mean, resurrecting someone? We only know that it's supposed to resurrect someone. We don't know in what kind of state the person would be coming back. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul drakes, right? Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Wait, wasn't that the teacher though? Well, that's a shame, but I can make an educated guess. You know the researcher who discovered the ancient text on the rite of resurrection? The one that lives here? Oh, right! The researcher. Sorry, my bad. The researcher, not the teacher. Yeah. His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he's involved. How awfully suspect. Considering his background, wouldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? No, he's not. He's not the one behind this. He doesn't even care. Like, he gave up his stone because he doesn't even care to be the one to actually use the rite of resurrection. He just wants to know what it's like. He just wants to know how it works and what it's gonna do. He's not... Also, he can't do anything anymore. He had to give up his stone. I can't fucking breathe. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. Yeah, that's valid. That is valid. No, I don't want to think. What else? I prefer to assert who else is a curse bearer. First, I return to Hyoko Soaps to see that man in black. The headquarters are down on South Wadigesuri Street. Okay? About the kidnapping. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Kumagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Junichi. You think he was a curse bearer? Not sure, it's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michijo Shiraishi's residence. It would be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. Alright. About the serial killings? In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michijo Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? And what if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it would be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. Oh yeah, right, they went to the same... they were at the academy at the same time. I think you've got to follow them in. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If you wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Alright. We're gonna go to Varigesu's Street. The music is so chill. Like you wouldn't think that people are dying and getting killed. It's just like The Hyoko Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Varigesu Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. Okay. Well, Back in the Edo period, a canal known as South Varigesu ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinshicho Station or the Okoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. Stories of the ever-burning lantern and the foot-washing mansion both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. This is quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Oh. Okay. A Varigesu lit partitioning ditch. Refers to a waterway dug down in the middle of a road so as to divide it. At the dawn of the Edo period, the Honjo district was little more than a collection of suburban rice farms. As the area became more developed, the South Varigesu was excavated in order to drain rainwater into the Yokojiken River to the east. Though it served the people long and faithfully, it was converted into an underground culvert at the beginning of the Showa era. In the present, no trace of it remains on the surface, but the street that bears its name. Very typical Spanish sexy but mysterious music. It's really nice though. Like, it's a very enjoyable kind. Like, this is music I would maybe put on when I would be reading. Like, there's not too much going on with the song, but it's nice to have it in the background. Okay, let's see. To think a small soap making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why the director and now chairwoman Natsuya Yamamori is called the Queen. The Queen? Hyoko Soaps, chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market and 7th largest in the cosmetics market. From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory established after the war in 1946, founder Natsuya Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economic boom to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Sumida City, the company continued to expand, digging its roots deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its branding toward the rapidly expanding convenience store market. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company's name Hihaku can also refer to kasuri, a type of patterned fabric. I have never heard of any of those before in my life, but good for them. Oh, she gets a page as well. Natsu Yamamori. Natsu is the former president of Hyoko Soaps, a large chemicals company. Though she retired from her position 2 years ago, she still wields great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there have been rumors about her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities, earning her the nickname the Witch of Hyoko. Prior to the war, Natsu enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by fire during the war and she was ordered to rework the fabric she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing in the post-war period, Natsu left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in the company's name, with Hihoku being another name for kasuri, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fibers. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsu saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsu ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV featuring a popular Japanese singer, rapidly turning Hyoko Soaps into a household name. Good for her! You mentioned that Takumi works as a secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as the next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. Business is up and running. I can see people inside the reception area. Oh, so... No? I do anything else? First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps. Okay, I'll go somewhere else then. Let's go to the park, I guess. Take a small walk. I thought you wanted to go to... Nah. We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Tsugaru. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai's home was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. That's the one we don't know yet. We do not know who has a Taiko drum. Small park bordering South Arigeso is straight, sporting a mixture of cherry and evergreen trees. Although unremarkable in most respects, its small playground always attracts a number of children come evening. With no trace remains in the modern day, it stands on what was once the site of the Tsugaru estate. Legendary artist Katsushika Hokusai was also believed to have been born in the vicinity. Okay. Oh! You think you can hide from me? Good going, ma'am, you found haiku! That's a rare one. Is it now? Haiku! We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest? Okay, I shouldn't be long. Haiku, a pun for haiku? Maybe. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? Well, what else should he do? Anything else? Okay. Then let's check the high school. Here we are at Ground Zero, Kumakata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school is closed. Why won't they just go home though? I don't understand that. This place is said to be connected with the story of the fool's possession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if the teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure! Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michijo. Anyone? Anything? I'm back, ma'am. So, what did you learn? The school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Junoichi and Michijo, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought, but there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michijo is the one who killed Mr. Junoichi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them was news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michijo was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in a school uniform was seen around school last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michijo brought back to life or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michijo's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. What if it were true? I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered that Michijo lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. How do you just have that on hand? Just wondering. It's an amazing find. I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if the information got into the wrong hands. Yeah, right? Imagine if someone who planned to kill people just got a list of all of the people who go to school here. Just like that. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michijo Shiraishi's house. Yay! Let's go there then! Doesn't that mean we're going to run into the police? Into a detective combination? No? It is a different time. I do not remember what time it is here. Right now. How did it go? I went to visit Michijo Shiraishi's family home, however, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer to the door and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. So it's the same. It's the same with these two as well. Okay. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out that Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. The previous residence was in a better part of town. Michijo's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michijo's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. Relocated. I can't fucking talk. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, the reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to not hit Michijo. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. To this, the Shiraishi standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. It sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. It's awful. And then Michijo reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michijo's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Oh, Honja's ace detective. What kind of achievement is that? Hold on. Wait. What is that? Collect all information on persons of interest. Already? Cool. Kankichiro Iwai, the common-law husband of Michijo Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi. Kankichiro started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. Seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. Uh-oh, I don't like that. That's another person we know has been to prison. Maybe the same prison, actually. The Shidashi certainly hadn't lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. They sure haven't. What else? It's a bit quiet over here. It is a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? Aren't you also working class? What's up with you? Well, persons of interest. Wait, hold on. It's, collect all information on persons of interest. Yeah. I'm also a little, Feels like we should get more information on some people, but maybe not. Does it have to be used to kind of... Do I move? What else can I do? I think I've been to all the places we could, no? Am I missing something somewhere else? Ah! Well, we're still missing him actually going in here. Okay, why didn't that trigger earlier? I'm going to go in, and maybe a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. Nice. Sorry to keep you waiting. How'd it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? You're right, we lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is that dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hyaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called out, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo who's gallantly working behind the scenes exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? And these are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over the curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Well, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we're on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now. Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. Richter. Richter. Which is also the German word for judge. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh. I I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company's plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. They seem rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul drags. Perhaps the people at Hyaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the cult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hyaku's chairwoman has got godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hyaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation though. Despite that, I've reason to believe Hyaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. I can't talk. Thank you for the hydrator. Haven't I done everything with you yet, though? What else is there? We should be off somewhere else. There's no reason to stick around any longer. I've gone everywhere with you guys, though. We've been to the high school already. The high school gave us the address for the other girl. Has there been any developments? Oh, music is stopping. Oh. Somewhere we haven't thought manually. I doubt anyone's still living there. Oh, so you came here too. What is it? Ah, see, they do meet. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Hi. I see, I guess then we can continue here, but what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna catch up with her right now. Gang's all here, yippee! Not actually. These two are definitely going around somewhere else. AM. Oh, that's earlier than the others were around. Yaku's home. I like the school uniform. I like a good old classic sailor uniform so much. Oh, good morning, Yako. I do not remember how I did their voices, damn it. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh. I'm the specter of the spirit board. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. Couldn't spell the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. Can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay, it's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you have been wrapped up in all of this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just, who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Oh, that's amazing! So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school, and why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Nyako... Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michijo back, I mean? Good evening! How are you doing? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Nyako... I promise I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michijo that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Unpaid internship exorcist, yeah! Michijo... Michijo? Michio... Michi! Oh, ice cream. Oh, man. I should get some ice cream. Well, not now, but next time I go shopping, I'll get some ice cream. Okay, then let's go. Files updated. Candy shop Sennoya. An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It has been in Yaku Sakazaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you can spot Yaku watching over the store, cooking monjayaki and playing traditional tops and cards games with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it is not uncommon to see these largely privately owned businesses become something more like general stores selling food, drinks, utensils, and other daily necessities. Many families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as Doma, with a space in the back where customers can eat monjayaki as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that the traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth when many confectionery manufacturers entered the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. I can't talk. Today is a very bad day for me to be talking, I swear to God. Or like reading stuff out loud. I don't know. I keep absolutely stumbling over words. Dramatic thing. You for Sweden, you would read Joe as well. Michiyo. Michiyo. How would you? I say Michijo. Michiyo. Michiyo. Michi. I'm just gonna call her Michi. You know what? Fuck the Joe. Yo part. Just call her Michi. Michi and Mio and Yako and whoever else. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Michijo. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. The size difference is really nice. Like, Mio's so small. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Junichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't notice either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. What? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Junichi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. And you're saying someone used a curse on him last night. Seems like it, doesn't it? But it's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. It was your curse, girl! It's your curse stone that did him in, though. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? But what happened if another curse bearer hurt you? Sorry. We do still get updates. Okay, maybe the text in the achievement is just fucked then. It's like, okay, we've unlocked every single person of interest, but there's still text that gets updated. That makes more sense. His deceased body was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. Yeah, okay. We've seen the rest of the text. An artist employs bold liner in his styles. For real. I think this exact, like, this art style would not work if it didn't have these bold lines. Because that's very impressive. Expressive. Yeah. Wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe you could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Oh, it's our delinquent! Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right, that's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Junichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. Hi. Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those... What was it? Exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. Eh? Did you hear about Mr. Junichi? Heard about it? I've known about it since last night. Saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. Was pitch black. What I can tell you. It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out onto the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Somebody help me, forgive me, Michio. Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio. Was anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was, but for just a second I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Junichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. What else? Did you tell that story to the police? Nah, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyways. Right. There must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. He died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. I find it very interesting that technically Mio supposedly would have 2 beauty marks at the exact same spot on her neck because they're just flipping the sprite. But we're just gonna go with, okay, she has 2 beauty marks on the same spot on both sides then. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. What kind of spirit did? Wait, hold on. What kind of spirit did possess you? Hitomi, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. That's how it works, huh? Do people also have the personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to the target, like siblings or parent and child. You almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. They're mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. It's not beauty spots, you're spun by a weird-ass vampire. You already scared? Oh, there's nothing scary happening right now. It's the middle of the day, so nothing scary is happening. So there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance? Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person, but even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it would only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host. The deeper the connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see, getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? Must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. Same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. Bet you could see them too with that little training. I think I might pass. Nothing scary yet. Yeah. No, but it's all good. It's all good. I got you. We can all hold hands. Nothing scary is gonna happen. We all hold hands. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. Unsay, so yeah! Unprotected hand-holding. Send a circle, hold hands, sing Kumbaya. Kumbaya. That's all I know about that asshole Steph. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Junichi died, it sounds a lot like how Michizo died. Oh yeah! Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michizo's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. They've been killed by the same curse. Yeah, I don't think so. The curses of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if you can trust that what the spirit board said, that Michizo died in an accident. Oh, right. Don't you say so. That's all I know about that. Oh, okay, that's the same thing. The classroom last night. Hitomi, last night before you witnessed Mr. Junichi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Junichi, they'll suspect you if you told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand, I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. What happened since beginning? Okay, hold on. So, 3 people dead. Shogo dead, the teacher dead, also unrelated, non-curse bearer person apparently was killed. Mio very much still alive. We're currently talking to Hitomi, the other girl, the delinquent girl, because she was the last person to see the teacher. She also saw the teacher literally die just out there suddenly. both Fire Ma'am with her funky cowboy friends and also our our team of detectives are currently checking out the house of the girl who died. That's where we're at right now. Mio is alive because on the route we went to, she survives. Because we sent the difference between Mio dying is whether we send what's his name, the janitor, to the first floor where she was at, where she was fighting the curse, or to the second floor where the teacher was, and whether we check on her or not. And we didn't check on her, we sent the janitor somewhere else, so the teacher's now dead and she's still alive. We don't want her dead. We are very happy that she's alive. If you say so, I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, piece of shit Junichi called me over here acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain where to start. What do you mean by Mr. Junichi is acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michiyo Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michiyo? I don't know everything, but the creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school, make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. Huh? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were a friend. Junichi really did a number on both Michiyo's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. How terrible. Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. Probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. She never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Chiyo, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was true. She was naive. Tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was a punishment. She was soft. What a piece of shit. Of course, Junichi didn't change. She kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but it's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Hitomi, if you knew about it, then why didn't you... You're trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Okay. The dirt on Michiyo? Did you hear what his dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? They probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must be some reason. But no, got nothing to do with me. So much of the game is Hitomi a bit of a bitch. Well, Hitomi, like, this is the first time we're meeting her, so you didn't miss anything about her, technically, but where is she? Like, oh, she's a rebellious student, she rarely goes to school, blah blah blah, so... That's about all of the information we have on her. What you described does sound like Michiyo killed Mr. Junichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way, you mean that really was a ghost, like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it would usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. It's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright then, supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michijo's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. Maybe to the detriment of others. On the other hand, I can see Hitomi's point, because as a student who just got branded a delinquent who doesn't show up anyway, she probably would not get any support. Like, even if she went to someone more trustworthy and be like, hey, this teacher is sexually harassing this other girl, and the other girl doesn't speak up out of fear or whatever, she would just get told off and the situation would get worse because no one would believe her. The teacher definitely enjoys a better position here. So I get her point of view. So last night, how you started? Right. Remember the nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yesterday Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Girl, why are you at so many... That's at least 2 places where people died. What's up with you? Oh no. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that part. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual. But something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. Favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michizo Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michiyo? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had like a special talisman or something. But apparently Michiyo always avoided the subject. Talisman that Michiyo had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. There'd been something that Michiyo couldn't tell even the police about. I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michiyo was keeping her mouth shut about what Junichi was doing to her. Had to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. I didn't squeal on anything about Michiyo either. Michiyo, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michiyo, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So, since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the 2 talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside of it? From the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that... Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those 2 talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Oh, you know him, Miyu? No, I've just heard the name, I think. There really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi, yeah? The talisman, would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. Okay. So, last night you were looking for the talisman Michijo had? Yeah. Figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michijo. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about a talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he'd used it for secret meetings before. Yeah, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing else he said made any sense. Like, that I was really Michijo and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Ugh. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Junichi was freaking out. My gosh, good thing you got away. So, it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Junichi come back outside and bite it. See. So you were only here to look for Michijo's talisman. Huh. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Now, if you two find out anything about Michijo's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kinda scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up, you were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. They're so cute! I love them! I need a drink. They're so cute. Thank you for that. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Junichi was killed by a curse just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? I mean, you? And also the one that attacked us? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Junichi seemed to be different. People in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Junichi, Hitomi, and old man Ashimiya who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Junichi is pretty suspicious though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Right, the person who killed Mr. Junichi would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Wait, wasn't... We saw the researcher guy outside the gate on the one route, right? But at this point he wouldn't be a curse bearer anymore because he already gave his stone to the detectives, right? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Junichi thought it was Michijo that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michijo herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we have to be careful of old man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set us off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do... what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. The school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading some places someone may know where he is. Where to go then? I mean, you could also just go back to the school and see if anyone here has seen him. Yes, no, maybe. And so, Mio Kurozuzu and Yaku Sakazaki decided on the next location to investigate. Oh! Ah, okay, we can't continue here? Let's go here then. Resume. Huh? This one is the last one. Ah! Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do! Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Go on, Edu. What? Hi! Brass music is unbeatable for real. Hey, aren't you? You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws we've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that, he's with me. Mr. Tsutsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait, really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza. I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? These girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said it. Sushi? Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are funny. You should do stand-up. Hold on. Let me look at the crime scene real quick. What's that rope all about? It indicates where Junichi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh! Cool it, Ario, you're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little much for a kid. I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Yaku is complete chaos for real. Yeah, I love her though. She's so cute. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. Figured as much. So mean Junichi was killed by one of the curses of the 7 mysteries. Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Oh, Mia, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. Isn't that exactly getting used to it? No, though. No, I've heard some stories about you. Can you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mrs. Tsutsumi. She's going to get the wrong idea. That's amazing! Mio, you're a professional! You think? Totally! You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. Curse was used here, which means the curse bearer must have been on the scene too. Okay, that's nothing new. Forensic is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Mio look around the scene too. So, how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to get their soul decks for the rite of resurrection. At least, that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to get the 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the fool's possession, while Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yako, the girl standing behind me, yo! She's so good! She does. Is she alright? We could take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the fool's possession with you too then. Oh! Surprising! Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school... You were here last night? Yeah, you see... Huh. You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool! So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. This curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's where is it? The one-sided reed. One-sided reed? This is bad. Huh? What's bad about that one? You idiot think the curse bearer of the one-sided reed is what's his... Nejima, the mass murderer. Fumichika Nejima. He admitted it himself, that's his curse. Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case... Nejima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Who's Nejima? No clue. So, Nijima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So, just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? You better not knowing who Nijima is, probably. Yeah, well, now they do. Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mr. Junichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi? You mean Hitomi Okuda, second year student? Well, yeah. Why? Boss, so she was here last night. I saw Hitomi earlier though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes? Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. Different matter? You mean about the police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yes, she did, actually. Wow, there's so many things! If we talk... wait. If you're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person that I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else. Apparently, Hitomi actually saw Mr. Junichi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said happened was... that she was killed by a girl with pigtails, blah blah blah. Michijo was the one who killed Mr. Junichi? Are you sure it was really Michijo that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Junichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michijo or not. Damn, boss, do you think it really could have been Michijo's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Nichima was behind Junichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About his janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to the school though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him. Let's see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to a former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see. No way! Iryo, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Yes, right away. He's not gonna be there anymore. He's not stupid. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Yay! Our mass murderer is on the run. Sounds like I've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it. Erio, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Oh, that's not good. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curry sparrow on top of that. I think he was so close to us this whole time. It gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Oh, wrong voice. Nijima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but... I'm glad nothing happened to you. Not yet, maybe. Wait, but then, could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too. What, you did? Hey, good thing I didn't say anything. Yeah, good thing we definitely didn't try out the route where you did, right? Ha 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 ha. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. Okay, about the mastermind behind the Feast of Shadows. Put a stop to the Feast of Shadows. It would help if I knew more about how the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy. You mean Mr. Araishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Ah, right. He's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. Cafe? Oh, Kurokikyo Cafe in Kamezawa? Thanks, we'll head over there now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes though. Don't worry about it, I'll allow it. Thank you. Oh, that's all it takes. Your school can tell you that you're not allowed to go to what the fuck? I mean, sure, they can check because you're in school uniform and stuff, so they would be like, hey, but, huh? How would they know? Or how can they be like, oh, you're not allowed to go to a cafe? That's weird. There must be a mastermind behind everything, someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Yeah, okay, valid. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? It's the honor system, don't think about it. That's so weird. Yoshimi gave her a talisman. Yes, apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it, one that Michijo had. What kind of talismans could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about them with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman on Michijo where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm not good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Well then. Do you think she talked to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. A little? Just a little? Mayu Chozawa will let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Alright, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chef. The chief! But he's always never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. That's the guy who has a Nue as a stand-in. All of Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? The amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle to this mystery. Did she find? Oh no! Did she finally make a friend? That's sweet. So cute. Hi, good evening. What's that thing you mentioned about Michijo earlier? Something about a grudge? Do you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm a friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. Ah, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Adio. Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michijo's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? What's happening with you? Also, thank you for the... Oh, that... Oh. Okay, that was a crisp posture check, thank you. Also for the patent higher time. I'm not slapping myself. I'm cracking my fingers. Those are your knuckles? Yes, they are. Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? There's so many pups. Yeah. There's a lot of air in there, apparently. Oh god, why are you screaming? A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. In the passenger seat, a woman? What? Yeah? Wait, was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's not a problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite a surprise, though. That looked like a memory of when she got hit. Michijo, I think. I mean, but why would she be remembering? Like, she did. How would she have a memory of her? You crack your knuckles too. You do all fingers all at the same time. Oh yeah, you know what I do is like when you put your hands together and like interlock them and then go forward with your arms, like to. So with the inner part of your hand, forward. That's what I do. That's where the noise comes from. Okay. Yoshimi talked to you about Michijo, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michijo's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Junichi was so scared of Michijo? Well, about that... I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... He was a pervert! It sounds like bubble wrap. I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he gets his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. Michiyo, what happened? Okay. Do I have anything? No? What else can I do? Do I talk to you? One hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved in the case. Hey boss, forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. What is that? A ribbon? Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on then. That's the ribbon that Michiyo always used to wear. What? Does that mean that Michiyo was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Then, did she come back to life somehow? But how? Eh? If I was Michiyo and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Junichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. 10th curse, go! Someone already resurrected her? No, actually. You know what I think? Like, this is a theory here. But Yako is being a little weird here. Mio turned into a curse? No, I don't think so. Yako seeing what looked to be a memory of Michiyo when she was hit and stuff. I feel like maybe she's being possessed, because Yako also asked about the whole "ooh, would it be hard for someone to get possessed" thingy earlier, and her having the same kind of ribbon because they bought them together would mean Mio would be in possession of a ribbon. We don't know if she has the other one at home. It could just be the one Mio has. And not Mio, Yako, sorry, my bad. Yako. Maybe she's being possessed by Michiyo now. Yeah. Yako. I'm talking about Yako. Because, like, remember when we last time when we went to the classroom and Yako immediately, like, Yako was like, okay, I have this curse stone now, but I'm not gonna use it. She was like, okay, I'm not gonna use it, Mio, we're fine. She sees the teacher and she goes off, oh, he's doing it again, I'm gonna kill him. Like, not even a full 2 minutes ago you said you would never be using this. Like, she went off immediately. What does she mean? Oh, he can't be doing it again. Like, Yako was not aware of what he was doing. Michiyo would be aware of what he was doing. Like, asking for a name. The guy with the thing. Yeah, I get it though. I'm kind of the same most of the time. Thank you for the cursed memory. But I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think Yako has something more going on here. Because, you know, they did the spirit board thingy. And the spirit they asked, like, it's not uncommon for someone to get possessed by a spirit they call, because they're closer to them then. I don't think Mio would get possessed because she's too strong. And the spirit knew about what actually happened to Michiyo, so maybe they literally just called her spirit and stuff. That's how she would know it was an accident. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. It's just, that would make sense to me. We'll see about it. And a cold spirit I gave for the curse, though. I mean, we don't know how getting the curse stones work so far. I'm just theorizing. That's my theory right now. I could be completely wrong. Is there anyone else you'd have a grudge against? Well, what about the guy who killed her in a collision? If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. Not sure if it happened during the seance. Spectre was the ghost that gave the stone, created somehow. It just kind of appeared in Yaku's sense. True. We'll just wait it out. The game is gonna have to tell us at some point. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you are a big help. Thank you. We should start a search for Nijima and Mayu Chuzawa. Might be worth it to check Michijo's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here. Got it. Thank you and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss, let's get going whenever you're ready. Alright. Let's go check out her house then. No? Yes? Ah, now we get to... Aha, okay. Let's talk to him first. You keep hearing Nichijo. Me too, though. I keep thinking, oh, there's a stick. I can't. Sticker. You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in their cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know, it'll be okay. So, what do you want to ask me? Yeah, give me a second. Yay! Alright, let's see. Hi. About my curse stone. Yaku, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, curse stone. Anokame mask, that must mean the fool's possession. You two were at the school last night? Damn, they're of all places. Yaku, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer. Please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your action is too intense, it's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. I do not remember the voice I gave him. Whatever. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? It's just a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well-versed in this matter. Yeah, no, I think he's full of himself. He's so full of himself. He thinks he's better than everyone else. Where is he? Oh wait, wrong guy. This one. Yeah, his conceited nature makes him unpopular among the students, so he's definitely... discombobulate! You're the only one who can count on Mr. Araishi. Won't you help us, please? How am I now? In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and Seven Mystery Curse stones happening now? Oh, taking an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then do you know of the ancient Onmi or the ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurozuzu, you look like a type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. But why is it you want to know? Well, you may not tell us anything else if you say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. No, make something up! Well, you see, we just have such intellectual curiosity and think it could really help your research. I see, now that you mention it. He's so easy! Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then how about... ask about his research. Then, what does that record of fates that you've been researching say about the rite of resurrection? Oh, I see, that's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the record of fates. Special privilege, I might add, since I've yet to publish this in a paper. Yeah, okay. The record of fates was written to... Ouch. The record of fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known onmyoji called Seiman Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Tsuchimikado. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed onmyoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Or so it is written in the record of fates. As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the rite of resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself in this forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The record of fates are the writings Seiman recorded on the road to Edo. See. So, he wrote how to perform the rite itself? The rite of resurrection makes use of Abe no Seimei's specialty, the Taizen Fukun ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul drags to replicate the soul of a dead spirit that has been called. Oh wow, I never knew something like that existed. Thus it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul drags in the first place. So the rite of resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul drags are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the record of fates end there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries or the curse stones? There's nothing written about them in the record of fates. The curse stones are separate from the rite of resurrection. The curse is one used to enable one who's unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. That was a lot of able-ling. Jesus Christ. That's similar to what Mio said, actually. Making copies of the original person. It looks like it. It looks like it. But that's the thing, right? It's like, you're resurrecting someone, but you're not. It's not the original person, is it? Onmyoji, an official appointed government position with the Bureau of Onmyoji in medieval Japan. Also a gacha game that is available on mobile and PC. You can play it on Steam. It has great art. Couldn't get into it though. Onmyoji were tasked with performing divinations and rituals. They would employ the Chinese philosophies of yin and yang and wuxing. I do not know Chinese. The 5 elements to compose astronomical charts and almanacs. High-ranking practitioners used a variety of mystical arts, including ones that brought natural disasters and curses. Onmyoji were also tasked with exorcising demons through the usage of shikigami. Onmyoji thrived during the Heian period, in part due to the work of the famous Onmyoji and later founder of the Tsuchimikado clan, Abe no Seimei. However, Onmyoji began to gradually decline in number after samurai gained control of Japan. At the same time, many of the miraculous arts were lost along with the development of civilization. Although the services of Onmyoji were typically reserved for the upper class, there were a number of shomonji or hidden Onmyoji who worked for the common folk. Okay, wait, what else do we get for the rite of resurrection? It's indicated by its name. This manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead, the forbidden ritual said to have been devised by once famous Onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Araishi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference sending ripples through the field of occult studies. According to the record of fates, this mysterious ritual was devised by the gifted Onmyoji Abe no Seimei. It converts the souls of the dead bound for the underworld with soul drags to collect as sacrifices through the Heizen Fukun ritual. The secret art of converting souls to soul drags is out of reach to all but the most skilled practitioners. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite? Excuse me, Mr. Araishi? What is it, Miss Kurusuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It said that the rite of resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff, but about that, there was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There's a basis for it. And that is? Well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple students so passionate about this topic. Thank you! This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seiman arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. That is the only remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Saiman's rite of resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Saiman brought the rite of resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point Saiman was likely using a different name. Then in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of events. During the Edo period, a chain of events that occurred around a certain resurrection spell became the basis for the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So that's how they're connected. Then if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul drives necessary for the rite. And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones. Resentful memories? Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtained your curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted on your mind. In your mind. Oh, I did! Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries. Thus, gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. It will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Ah. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's possession, Yako. Ugh. Mio, should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Okay. Okay, Mr. Areishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's possession. Excellent. So basically it's about a woman who died falling from a Yakuza tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one of them. It's not that one then. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims of the Honjo incident, that is to say the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Seiman himself, so I suspect. Huh? Seiman was one of the victims of the Honjo incident too? Meaning an onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right, it would make sense that a curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special. Oh, if a curse stone is different based on a curse echo? Mio, then maybe with Seiman's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Nothing whatsoever. Mr. Areishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I've learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Food Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Possession makes 4. Of course. Of those, the most important are the Food Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Food Washing Mansion. An onmyoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Saiman, I'm afraid. A female onmyoji who sought the rite of resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Saiman. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. The detective did well to escape this one. So a female onmyoji and rival of Saiman was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Nitsuka carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The rite of resurrection! Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Saiman. If I could just collect all of the memories, everything will be revealed and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. And that is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to get as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures of my own. What's a trigger for the curse to occur? That depends on what curse we're talking about, right? Another thing. Yes. You never really finished about what the trigger for all of this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left the message is the culprit behind the Nijima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mood? Mr. Areishi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Oh, that's information though. Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice. It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the right of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month. She specified a time period? I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. It must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and a desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence, I went public with the Record of Fates. Hihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku? As in Hihaku soaps? Right, I mean, no, that's not important, just a personal business. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Anything else? Very well, I've told you this much, I might as well give you one more thing. Thank you, what might that be? About Simon's Record of Fates. There's a sort of continuation to it, another document called the Record of Fates Yin Scroll. Continuation? Actually, a section written in Simon's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which, after the Honjo incident, Simon lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and he'd be used to gather soul drags. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Mrs. Kazaki? You think my information is inaccurate? If Simon died in the Honjo incident, he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Simon possessed? Of course not. He could use the right of resurrection. Oh! You're telling me Simon used it on himself? The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it activates when the soul drags are gathered together. Then, is it not possible that Simon himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place? But he still have to collect the soul drags needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Simon. What? They died in the Honjo incident for their soul drags? That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. And that's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth. I get it now. The shorthand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Simon's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across the generations. It seems that over their long history, the two documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Simon had descendants, so there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Yes, in fact, I've tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known onmyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. Sure you do. So, basically, in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Simon himself wrote about ways to handle the curse in a rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but haven't found a single lead. So if you two find out anything about other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. It is said that Simon Tsuchimikado, author of the Record of Fates, wrote a Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honshu incident might become cursed and used in a collection of soul drags for the rite of resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by a descendant of Simon. An old manuscript from the Edo period written by Hideki Araishi claimed he found it in the storehouse of an old private residence, but it was in fact entrusted to him by the mysterious voice. The manuscript was written by Simon Tsuchimikado and Onmyoji from the Edo period. He was an extraordinarily adept practitioner, but after being banished from his family for researching forbidden arts, he changed his name and moved to Edo. When you look for snack, you realize what was it you really craved. Potato bag is very, very hard, man. I want potato. I really want potato now. Yes, I understand. My poor throat, boy. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. Ha 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 ha, shut up. You do not think you would appreciate the amount of cheese in this bag? Maybe. But I would like some potato bag. You've learned a lot. So, to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the rite of resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll may have info we want, since the details show how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If you could just find a Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle the situation. But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. Just about everything potato except for boiled is amazing. Veteran investigator! Woo! What's that one for? I like checking what the achievements are for. Where is it? Accumulate 10 hours of playtime. Oh, okay. Wait, we're only at 10 hours? Huh? Oh, yeah, we're at 10 hours of playtime. I've been going for longer, what the hell? I mean, as long as it tastes good, that's good, right? So, Mio, what are we going to do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Tsutsumi. We got a pretty big clue from hearing about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. He said Tsutsumi might know more about it. Should we go back to school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Okay. About the mastermind. Whoever's behind that voice I gave Mr. Araishi the Record of Fates. It must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Oh, really? Meat taste doesn't permit the meal. If you're in fact you do it with me, but just figure it out that bit of my That's sweet. Huh? You don't sound like a Yako, I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now. Oh, you're possessed. Just saying. Just saying. I understand. Oddly dumbfounded, yeah. I don't know if it's related to the woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Onmyoji who was a rival of Seiman. True, true. About the nearby area? But that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michio? Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers. Even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me, Yako? Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Is Yako tall or me or short? Both. Both. No, now that you mention it. That day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about, thanks. Excuse me, you girls over there? Oh, no. Oh, no. Not you. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namigaki. I should probably tell you, until yesterday I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot washing mansion. The foot washing mansion? Ah, so you're the one Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about. I'm a chump, but that's not important right now. You already know Inspector Tsutsumi. That makes it simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey! You're in the driver's seat. Yako? Yeah? Wait, what? Just now, was I doing something? Sorry, Mr. Namigaki, what might be the matter? Right, actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something with us? You were talking about Michijo Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later's fine. I'll be waiting around Yokoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michijo. What do we do? Well, we do like getting all of the deaths, so that's definitely not a trap or whatever, so yeah, let's go, let's go! Well, I suppose we may as well hear what it is you have to say. Glad to hear it. Then shall we relocate elsewhere? In the middle of the day, though. Also, he doesn't have a curse anymore. So, what do you want to discuss with us? Let's see, how do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stones to bring Michijo Shiraishi back from the dead. What? It's why I was pursuing the rite of resurrection in the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stone before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her. Which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you for this. Well... I'm sorry, this is all so sudden. I still don't understand why you would want this. What exactly is your relationship with Michijo? Well, we met briefly once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Right. While it would be great if we could bring Michijo back, but we've already decided not to use the rite of resurrection. Is that so? It seems, however, that we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting the soul dregs for you if you gave me your curse stone, you know? We'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop this curse. I see. Well, that's too bad. I suppose I'll have to give up on the curse stones. Thank you for understanding. Wait, Yaku? Yaku, what's going on? Where's she going? I thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. But why does he want to bring Michijo back? Michijo. Huh? Yaku? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did she go off somewhere while we were talking? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No daytime murders. Oh, okay, it's not. No. This is a bad ending. Finally caught up to you. I don't know if you noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place, you've got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over, or I'll have to take it by force. What? Why? Are you? No, she's here again. I don't understand. Wait, it was just an accident. I swear I didn't mean to. That's why I was trying to bring you back. You're already too late. Eh? Huh? That's not usually what happens when we get a bad ending. I can't skip these either. Okay, so Yakko is definitely... like, that's not just Yakko. After this, Fumichika Nijima went on to use the power of his curse to commit mass murder, shocking the public with the unprecedented tragedy. And from that day on, Yakko Sakazaki was never heard from again. Eh? Ending 1! Nichio's grudge. Michio. Michio. Ha! Alright then. Not possible Yakko and Michio are the same person. Nah. They're two different people. Grudge, possession. Yes, exactly. They're not the same person. Alright, let's try this again. Namigaki's appearance. I'm trying. Also, we're not gonna go with you. She has some alternate personality thing going on too. True, but in this case, I think it's just possession. Just possession. Sounds very funny. Go to the school. Alright, let's see. See how much stuff we can get done today. Sorry, but there's something we've got to take care of. We'll have to pass. Is that so? Well, not so bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at Ryugoku Bridge if you change your minds. It's true horror. I knew trying to pronounce the name correctly. Fuck off! I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Dead or Alive is a game series I've never tried and will never do. Ooh. That's a comedy to the horror. Thank you for inviting me. Hi, Katu. How you doing? Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. Oh god, this is... suddenly we're back here. The name's Shunryu. I thought I called myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. Yes, here's the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsuzumi. And yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. You've been lurking because you're scared you can't... Why though? Like today, nothing scary is happening. It's during the day. The bad stuff is only gonna start happening during the night again. It couldn't! You guys are worse than I am! And I'm the one who is scared to turn around in-game when it's like, ooh, something could happen. the one who has to press the buttons. So you two are detectives. This is my client, Miss Haruya Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigima. Boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I'm my own person after all. My father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Finally! This is the voice I kept trying to get back to again with her. Because earlier I was not happy with how I did her. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. Oh, lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on 1 second. This is the first I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being a typical detectives. 3 men on the screen at the same time. I'm dying, Squirtle. He is number 12, the Royal Kingpin Wing. Oh. Ooh. Penny! I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite, the two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right, Richter used to be a part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Irio. There's more freedom while working as a private investigator. Can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. Didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We take you back with open arms. What, to sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandoned. Ooh. I can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, ma'am. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. It also allows me to wear fingerless gloves and a very low-cut shirt. Yeah. Yeah. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right, picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruya Shigima from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was a case where Munisada Shima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. And the investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never called the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connection to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. What do you mean, Bad Noor? Huh? Come on. Come on. We can appreciate a low-cut shirt on this channel. Also, I'm hungry. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? Do not lie to him. Oh, wait, it's during the day. He wouldn't know. You can lie to him. I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. You It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really is a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people, so you consider the blame to be shared, so you've got a stern side as well, I see. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assume they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. As it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they got your head over his guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. How about you guys stop talking? Actually, I can't fucking do this anymore. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul drags to perform the rite of resurrection. And these curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. Man, you know! You know! We figured a strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if you're talking shady characters... There was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Adigesu Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Araishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive! You two are working quick. You see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. Okay. Okay, maybe carrying curse stone and be whichever of you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, you know? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Yeah. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michiyo Shiraishi by chance? You knew? I thought so. Seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michiyo was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh right, Hajime Yoshimi. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michiyo. Michiyo! Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michiyo for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn I want a full scoop on your findings concerning Michiyo. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michiyo's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Junoichi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michiyo hadn't killed herself? What? Wait, if that's all true then... You figure something out. Kankichiru Iwai. Huh? Kankichiru Iwai. He'd be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that. You know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later. Bro? Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Too bad. He's already broken through the door. He's breached containment. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Richter, get a hold of yourself. You see, you're still the same as always. Everyone come quick. Look at this. Oh my god. What the hell? Normal place. What's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Well, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's your stepdad at best if that. It's got to be the body of Kankichido Iwai. Yeah. The stepdad. Who abused her and the mom. Why did I drag Puharo into this? Or? We're still hiding the fact that Haru is a curse bearer. There's no doubt about it, this man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Idiot, did you find Junichi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Junichi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michiyo Shiraishi, she's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the man who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's got to be that, and if she's alive then... Why does he have a picture of the mass murderer on his wall though? Sorry, 1 second. I'm dying. And he doesn't have just one, but several pictures of the mass murder on his wall, so how is he involved with the guy? Storyteller, yippee! My apologies for interrupting. I know we just arrived at an interesting plot point, but do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michiyo Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michiyo Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? What? I mean, if we're going by my theory of her not haunting, that's the wrong word, but I can't figure out the other word I'm searching for right now. She would be in Yako's body, and Yako was at 8 o'clock at the shop of her parents, so we're still at home. You sure? You sure I know the answer? Yeah. I would say here, if she's possessing Yako. Where else would she be? We do not know where her dead body would be, so I say school. I see, very well. Congratulations, you are correct. As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. Why the fuck? What? So you really think Michiyo Shiraishi's alive? Hi, Kai! Master Detective knew it. Listen! I don't say that just for fun. I do think I'm pretty good at those mystery and puzzle games, yeah? My thought alright. It's okay, could be better. Has been worse, but could also be better. Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think the girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Irio, go report this to her HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. Damn, boy! I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Well, hold on now. What now? Hold on. These photos. These are all of Fumichika Nijima. Gross. Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, and there's even more pasted up over here. This is a character called Kaino. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nijima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. Sure. Let's do that. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. The magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they use as imitations though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the chief inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. I'll go with the spirit sense we mentioned. She's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead. Serious about it all? Was dead. The person in question was dead. Western black magic! While magic is often classed as a branch of mysticism or may variously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as a scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly: black magic. The practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to the socially acceptable subject studied by the intelligentsia, black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day: war, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As heresy, these rituals and spells were nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead were recorded in tomes of dubious credibility. We like puns at the crime scene, don't we? Okay. What else can I look at? It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumichika Nijima? Wow, this is quite a spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite a spectacle yourself. You mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right, Idio isn't here, so let me take a look at it. It's just clothes in here. Not much of a variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. See, thank you anyway. Oh, I can actually go further. We can only move like this. What about the sliding door? We're here illegally anyway, might as well. Sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. Okay, what about the books? The old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they were about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all of these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. Oh wait, the newspaper cutouts are a different thing. Look at these, pictures of Fumichika Nijima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. I think the Shiraisis are somehow connected to Nijima's case. Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nijima might be involved in all this too. Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree. faces are so good. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nijima murders either. You don't say. That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say. You were the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before? Fancy that. Chimo is adorable. I've been worried that Fumichika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite a resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole. I want to put the idea into his head, and now he's got the one-sided read too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Hi! Welcome, Raiders, welcome in! I'm new. I like the color pink. Visual novels and JRPGs. We're currently playing PARANORMASIGHT, and we just found a dead body during the day. Hi, how was Octopath Traveler? How was stream? Catch it for the Raiders, of course. Definitely fitting for the crime scene. Thank you for that. Doing well? You just destroyed capitalism. Ooh. That sounds great. I didn't know capitalism was a boss in Octopath Traveler. But that sounds great. Damn, that's quite a threat. Suddenly you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool hat. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Eva and Fumichika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nijima's location. Let's hope so. Okay. Looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual, or whatever was, something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think Iwa was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shidaishis as well. If you look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is we're trying to do. Oh, now I can look at the books. Never mind. You just told me to look through the books. What other books are there? Oh, hold on. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nijima. They might have had some relation to Nijima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing but admiration? But then... Okay, that's not helpful. Why am I not allowed to... You just told me to look at the books! Ah! They're just cut from publications. They even snapped the number of shots on their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected... Oh, wrong voice. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. Window. With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. Ah, what's your fucking problem? I haven't looked at the corpse, maybe. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have had a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better to not look so closely. It's amazing. Cruel is what it is. I think I have everything else. Can I look at the books now? Ah! What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm in any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. There seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. I think this EY guy was studying them, perhaps to perform some kind of ritual. There are a bunch of handwritten notes besides the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. EY doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection, like the rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably Evi's. A journal? His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite defined. Let me give you a summary. So, this Kankitsudo Evi fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start? He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. See, what is that fucking... What is this? Who is this? Why is there a black shadow here? It seems that Nijima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not coincidence. It seems like Evi took an interest in the Nijima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. He worshipped the man, because that's written with one singular P here. Worship? Nijima of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Yeah, like, what is this? Evi had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nijima, he made sure to get in contact. It's not an incorrect spelling. I hate it. I hate it. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nijima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. It's US English. Really? For years we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nijima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa, now wait just 1 minute, do you think? No way, are you saying? That's right, the murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. I mean, the guy cut up people! And not just, like, cut off one thing, but he literally, like, went through a body by cutting it all into pieces. That sounds very ritualistic to me. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nijima. You've gotta be kidding me. So the sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nijima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Evi had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nijima and Evi were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that Nutshop did this all for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit! Resurrection! That means there must have been someone Nijima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it! That has to be it! Fucking hell, it all makes sense now. What? What is it? You have an actual curse stone! Several, yeah? So, about the Nijima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. There is? Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. Called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Nijima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge. He found her? She was abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child on their bridge as a threat, but do you think it really happens? I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now? Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nijima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all of that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say, sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Yes. That's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body. And we thought, maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me, this is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I for one never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. What is his name? Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child. And that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. It's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nijima would want to resurrect, his deceased wife is as good a guess as any. Nijima said in his interview he had no idea why he did what he did. I mean, yeah, he did, but he also killed several high school girls, so you really think he would tell the truth? The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. And you're right, and he was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector. Yeah. What happened to the child? Without the birth registration on file, best we could do is find the girl some suitable foster parents. Of course, decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Who is the child? Is that someone we might know? Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Levi's journal. His daughter. No. No, it's not gonna be his daughter. But... given to foster parents. Maybe found out the truth somewhat. No, it's not! It's not her. You wouldn't tell us this and then be like, oh, I'm the one who actually took her and she's my foster daughter. It could... Okay, who do we have? Who do we know that is of suitable age? Was a child of 6 months? And the Nijima murders were when? How many years ago? 20, so it cannot be either of our high school girls, that doesn't it up? She would be around the age. Yoko would be around the age. It's not you. It's not you. It's obviously not. No. 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 You're too young. You're too young. You're too young. You're too young. You could fit. You're a university student. We have 2 people. Ayame would fit. Just going by age. Ayame would fit. And Yoko. We know Eva had managed to obtain a grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Nijima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. Square Enix. But the murderous impulses I am would be better fit, also same hair colors. I'm keeping an open mind. Shit, Square Enix! Yeah. And get this. Was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hyaku Soaps herself, Natsuo Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hyaku Soaps? So that's where this leads. I'm gonna give up on doing the voices sometime soon, Jesus Christ. Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hyaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. Places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hyaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound likely. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for it if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think Iwai took the payment as he was getting for his research to seduce her family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family. Michijo and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This is something to do with me? You said... No, you can't mean... You've realized then. Perhaps... wait. His living sacrifice was a child. No, we have realized it. This guy is the one who kidnapped her son. Remember how originally you had not realized it? Okay. For anyone who hasn't realized it, remember how we originally were like, wait, how is Michiyo involved with all this? Oh, you know, someone saw her with the son. That's how we originally got here, right? So, ha ha ha. Fun, right? Fun. That's exactly it. Iwai moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. No, of course, that awful man. So, it was Iwai, this man. I'm not getting to her voice anymore. Jesus. Iwai worshipped Nijima, so he must have also despised Nijima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before, surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nijima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time? Fuck. Hey, we get to swear in this game! You got it. Iwai kidnapped Haruo Ishigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. Ooh. You're telling me then that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child? I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michijo to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home. Man. Man, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You've absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Giving sacrifice, what a stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we get some fresh air? I don't believe this is... Ugh. Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? Iwai got in contact with Nichima last year after Nichima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nichima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shidaishis, it seems most went to Nichima instead. Nichima's looking around anywhere at the moment. It's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no. Not that I can tell. But it seems Michiyo knew where it was. She never met with Nichima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead! Wait, no! She's alive! That's right. Michiyo Shidaishi's alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on the hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. Wait. Oh, look at that! Suddenly he has a bunch of information. His deceased body was discovered at the Shidaishi home. Kankichido once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell phony magic items and good luck charms. He held a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era when things and people were simple, and there's nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly devolving, ostentatious world of late. Radical in his belief that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kankichido was discontent with his life spent poking around in society's cesspools to make a few coins. When the Nichima murders were widely reported in the media, it had a great impact on Kankichido as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause a major rift in society. Perceiving Fumichika Nichima as a great hero, he began collecting every piece of information he could find on the man. Kankichido was later arrested for his illegal business practices, and a chance meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was captivated by the Fumichika's talk of black magic, and following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshiko Shidaishi, Kankichido set his sights on her after encountering her at a part-time job. When he learned that the Shidaishi family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michiyo to college, he turned on his charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colors, however, after moving in with the family, and used violence and money to keep Toshiko and Michiyo under his thumb. All the while, his belief in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor, the Hyaku Corporation. Kankichido forced the Shiraishi family to perform various rituals, with any attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. After Hyaku offered Kankichido great sums to intensify his work with black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth restoration spell. For this purpose, he chose Shuichi Shigima, the son of Harue Shigima, against whom Fumichika held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michiyo so as not to alarm the boy, and when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times. With Michiyo's assistance, Kankichido kidnapped Shuichi and locked him up in the Shidaishi house and told the young and courageous boy that he'd kill Michiyo if he tried to run. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a uproar and breakdown in public order, so Kankichido painted the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Nichima murders. Infuriated, Kankichido had Toshiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michiyo if she refused. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kankichido blamed her. Warning Michiyo to keep silent about the murder to avoid incriminating her mother, Kankichido dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumida River after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kankichido performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Toshiko and Michiyo spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kankichido until the day they died. Yikes. Well, now she knows who killed her boy. And this person is already dead, but I'm not sure that's of any comfort at this point. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right, but Richter? Hey. I feel grateful towards Michiyo. Because she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michiyo is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul drags, I mean. Hey, Richter? Whether the kidnapper is dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Nijima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul drags, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. Oh, yeah, she's so stable! I'm counting on you. Yes. Yes, this woman is clearly extremely fucking stable and not planning to make good use of many people dying just to get her boy back. Ooh, good for her. I support women's rights. I also support women's wrongs. No, yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. Pardon? You pardon? Oh my god. Thank you for the pet. Maybe not in this case. Yeah. Maybe not, no. Ooh. I'm not gonna go any further though. We're already going a little over time. God damn, good game though. Can't wait to see what happens next time. We're gonna continue with her next time. We're gonna continue with her next scene when they're apparently back home from what the preview picture looks like. I'm gonna be real fucking honest though, I have no idea when I will be streaming next week. I have no clue. I can't even tell you guys, oh yeah, we're gonna be doing this on Wednesday. Like the only stream I'm extremely sure that I will hopefully be able to stream is Sunday. So at the very latest, we're definitely gonna. Nah, we're gonna at least do a stream on Sunday, but I have no idea when or if I'm able to fit in any streams during the week. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, okay, we're gonna continue this one on Sunday. I'm gonna post a schedule regardless, even if the schedule is just gonna be like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I like how they're connecting all of this stuff. Like it honestly, and in the beginning, I felt like it was a little ambitious how many characters and stuff they had, but it seems to be working out. It's getting together quite well. And also, oh my god, I feel sorry. I feel very sorry for Mitsuyo. Like she certainly did not have a good life there. Thank you for a nice stream. No, thank you for coming. Let me go back to the title screen actually. Good stream, yeah. It is. It is a lovely game. I like it. Let me turn that off. That's spooky. Let me turn off something that's less spooky. Yay! But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I'll see you sometime next week. I'll try and see if I can fit in a stream during the week, but no promises. And then we'll see each other on Sunday for sure. Thank you for streaming. No, thank you for coming. Let's go over to our favorite pink-haired cat, who is once again playing Filament, which is a funky puzzle game. And no horror. Here's the raid message. Thank you so much for coming by tonight. Wish you all a very, very good night. Get some rest. I know I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna give my voice a rest. This is what you get. Wish you good luck too. Yeah. Have a good evening. Good night, everyone. See you all soon. Good night. And bye bye. Bye bye.